Hello and welcome into Lucas Oil Stadium, the sight and scene for the Indiana Hoosiers. Big Ten champions. Can you believe this?
We all knew this coming.
Dominic Miranda, Eli Gain here. The miraculous season just keeps getting better at this moment. You had two heavyweight programs coming in here, Ohio State, Indiana, the two lone undefeated teams remaining this season, and we wanted a heavyweight bout, and we certainly got one, didn't we?
It was number one versus number two.
Yep.
I mean, game day, you can go to Atlanta. That's fine. Was that a good matchup? No, it wasn't. This one was the best of the day on Saturday. There's no question about it. Really awesome stuff from Indiana. Curt Cignetti, Fernando Mendoza. Talk about a Heisman moment.
Yes.
By the way, Fernando Mendoza did that in spades. It was a slobber knocker. It was 13-10. The confetti's still on the field here, as you can see behind us. Really impressive stuff. Every single time a punch was thrown by Ohio State, Indiana had a counter punch. It was really impressive. They did not seem phased at all, even though Fernando Mendoza was almost knocked out of the game. The first play of the game, that was pretty nervy for IU fans. There's no question about that. But Charlie Becker stepped up. The running back stepped up. Get this, Ohio State had only been sacked 6 times all season long. 5 sacks for Indiana
Unbelievable.
Tonight. Take us through that last stretch, too, because I don't know if I even let myself believe it until the fourth quarter, a missed field goal by Ohio State, and then a gutsy play from Fernando Mendoza to Becker.
Yeah, stones on the table, right? You want to have a Heisman moment. It was basically being discussed as either Mendoza or Julian Sayin coming into this one. And we mentioned IU's defense got to him 5 times in this game.
Right.
They've been sacked 11 times this year in total. That dude was seeing ghosts on this night. The defense, once again, I also wanted to pinpoint this too. Ohio State, they had the ball, I think, 3 times inside the 15-yard line and left with 0 points.
Wild.
You want to talk about being battle-tested? Look no further than this IU team and especially this IU defense. Making the stops when they had to, forcing that missed field goal. I mean, they could have taken the lead with under 3 minutes to play, but a big play made by Hardy in the end zone forces that chip shot that just goes wide left. And then next thing you know, that pass to Charlie Becker is going to go, it's hanging in the Louvet of Mendoza being able to step back on 3rd down, nonetheless, to make that perfect throw to him to solidify his campaign of being a Heisman Trophy winner.
Because if Ohio State gets that stop, they get the ball back.
Yes.
And this is a completely different game. I mean, Ohio State, I don't know. It's really impressive to see Indiana do this to a team who's been rolling everybody this season. And that was kind of a topic of conversation after the game is, did the fact that IU has been tested this season and Ohio State really hasn't outside of week 1 come into play in this game? And I think you saw a team that was unfazed. I think you saw a team who was ready for this moment despite not being here, this program not having been here in this situation since 1967, not having beat Ohio State since 1988, not being relevant since I don't know when, forever. It's really impressive what Indiana football is doing, what Curt Cignetti is doing. He said they were going to be here. Everybody laughed at him. Nobody took him seriously. Here they are, 13-0, just beat the number 1 team in the country. They're going to be the number 1 team in the CFP rankings. They're going to get a bye. And this is the best season in Indiana football history right now. We're watching unfold, and the best turnaround in college sports, I think.
I think so too.
I mean, it's incredible.
24-2, Curt Cignetti since taking over this IU football program, and a big mention throughout this week too is remember last year they were 10-0 going into the shoe. They lost by 23 to Ohio State. Curt Cignetti said that the moment was a little bit too big for this team. They harped on it all year long. They remember that game. Okay? Because why wouldn't you? They were battle-tested throughout the entire year. You look at Iowa, you look at Oregon, you look at Penn State, and they were able to overcome. So when this moment came, which is one that we were all waiting for the better part of a month, when the rankings were starting to come released for the college football playoff, they were ready for it. They stepped onto the biggest of stages up to this point in the season and got the job done, slaying what you would say. I don't even know if you want to say if it was a David versus Goliath, because I think IU has proven that they're not necessarily a David this year. This solidifies that.
In logo, in brand, maybe, but not anymore. I mean, this era of college football, it is fascinating to watch the IUs, the Vanderbilts. Just incredible. And I mean, Omar Cooper goes down. Charlie Becker steps up.
He's
over
been
100
so
yards receiving. Unbelievable out of him. Fernando Mendoza made throw after throw. He would get pressure. He would move in the pocket. He would keep the chains moving on 3rd downs. That's what was most impressive for me. There was no sense of being rattled by this Indiana football team. And every time Ohio State made a punch, counter punch, we've said it. And I just got to say this, the trench play for IU is what is most impressive. Offensive line and defensive line, probably the best in the country. And I don't think that's even a question anymore after beating the #1 team in the country. So this game was awesome.
Fantastic.
13-10, you could have fooled me.
It's a Big Ten game.
It's a Big Ten game. It felt a lot bigger than that score, if that makes any sense. It was a big moment after big moment. Joel Klatt and Gus Johnson were like freaking out after this game. I mean, they loved every second of it. Ohio State's a dang good football team.
Yes, they
These
are.
are two really, really good football teams. The college football playoff is next.
Yes.
It's going to be really exciting.
And Indiana is going to be #1 without a doubt. It's an unwavering belief is what Mendoza has said about this team. A bunch of misfits that have just come together and are finding ways to get things done. And hats off Curt Cignetti, seeing him lift the trophy at the end there. I mean, you just take it all in. So congratulations to Indiana. Now we await Sunday. The final college football playoff rankings come out. IU will be #1. They will get a bye, and they will be in the quarterfinals. The only question now is, where is it going to be? We'll find that out as well. It's going to be a lot of fun. We also talked with the players, Curt Cignetti after the game. Whole bunch of good stuff. Take a listen to him.
Yeah, great win, gutty game, hard-fought physical football game. Wasn't perfect by either team. We found a way to survive it, made the plays when we had to. And, I thought once again, when the game was on the line, Fernando was throwing dimes and Charlie Becker was showing up making big plays and Surratt with a big touchdown. Our defense, just created a lot of issues. Ohio State did start to scratch our run game there in the second half and missed that field goal. Of course, we missed one too, so it's even. So it's a great win for us, obviously, our first Big Ten title. And now I got 3.5 weeks to kind of humble this team, get them ready for the playoffs.
We'll go here back corner. Please state your name and affiliation.
Sammy Jacobs of Hoosier Huddle. Coach, your defense had 8 tackles for loss, 5 sacks. What made them get after the quarterback? Stephen Daly had a big game, and Elijah Hardy had a big game as well, along with Aiden. But what made you guys so successful on defense?
Well, I mean, that's been who we've been all year and really since 2019, I'm not going to lie to you. And, we've always been high in TFLs and sacks. And so we got a great effort from our front guys. And, we're down up those blitzes, got the quarterback off rhythm, let him out of the pocket a few times, which we can't do. But all in all, I thought we played pretty well.
Go right here.
Isaiah, you
name and affiliation.
Seth Tao with the Daily Hoosier. Isaiah, you were with this program for the previous regime. You've seen what this program was. You've seen what it's become. For somebody like you that's been along for that whole ride, what does this mean?
Isaiah?
Yeah, I mean, it means a lot. I know it means a lot to me. It means a lot to other guys that maybe were holdovers. But it means a lot to the guys that came in, too. And, it's the coaches buying in. It's, they work all year long for us. And it's just the players buying into the strength staff, to the coaching scheme, and each other. We just want to play for each other and play our best.
Go here in the back.
Scott Docterman with The Athletic. This is for both Coach Cignetti and for Fernando. You've been in some really tight situations in the fourth quarter, and you've come through at Oregon, at Iowa, at Penn State. How did that help you prepare mentally for this kind of challenge here, because you had to come up with some big plays throughout the second half?
We'll go Coach first.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I mean, I think we probably all on the bench as that clock started to tick down into the fourth quarter and it was game on the line, probably at some point felt like, wow, we've been here and we've won, and they've never been here. And so I think there's no question about it. When you've been through something one time, you're a lot better the second time. It gives you a lot of belief and confidence.
Yeah, throughout spring ball and fall camp, we always practice a lot of 2-minute drills, a lot of 1-minute drills, and especially against such a great defense, it primed us for the season. So whenever we got in high adversity situations, we're always able to go out there and efficiently execute. And also just the glue that we have with our brotherhood, how much we care about the man beside us, really makes us unshakable. So whenever we're in any adversity, we're always there to stick by each other, not finger pointing. I think that's what elevates us to our competition and exceeds expectations in those high adversity moments.
Go here in the front.
For Curt and Isaiah, down here in the front here, you said earlier this week, Curt, that you guys weren't at Ohio State's level in terms of recruiting yet, but you feel like you're closing that gap, and a win this weekend could go a long way toward toward closing that gap. What can the future be? What can a win like this do for the future of your program?
Yeah, I didn't catch that whole question. I thought you were speaking to Isaiah.
I said for you and Isaiah, but we'll start with you. You said this week that you guys aren't quite at Ohio State's level recruiting-wise yet, but you feel like you're closing that gap, and a win today could go a long way towards that. What can a win like this do for the future of your program, you think?
Well, I don't know. Time will tell. I mean, it's hard to speculate. I think it gives us a lot more. It was another step we needed to take as a program. It's a great win, obviously, and we're going to go in the playoffs as number 1 seed. And a lot of people probably thought that wasn't possible. But when you get the right people and you have a plan and they love one another and play for one another and they commit, anything's possible. And I think that's what you saw happen here.
Isaiah?
Yeah, I mean, this win, kind of shows like everybody why not? Why would you not want to come to Indiana? I mean, for any of the doubters out there, I think this kind of, was the final nail in the coffin. For any of the Indiana doubters, the Kurt Signetti doubters, the Hoosier doubters, I think, this was the last thing that needed to be proved, and I think we did it.
We'll go right here in the middle.
Lou Friedman from the Seymour Tribune. Elijah, what was your mood like when you had to sit out those couple of games? And as an aside, I see you got another restaurant you're endorsing with Mother Bears. You're going to upgrade now to fancier places?
This is for Elijah.
Yeah, being away from the game, I love the game. I've been playing it since I was 5, 6 years old, so just missing games, I hate it, of course. It sucks being out there and not being able to contribute with my guys. And Mother Bears, yeah, shout out Mother Bears, best pizza in Bloomington. Y'all need to take a stop there, get that sriracha special.
Right here in front.
Zach Osterman, Indianapolis Star. Fernando, you had, I think, something like 36 family members out there, and including your mom and dad. Just what was it like to be able to share that with your family coming off the field?
I think what makes this moment so special to not just myself and my family, but for everybody is just the community of Bloomington and how long they've waited for this and how much it means to everybody. It means a ton to see all my family members travel out from Miami, not knowing what the outcome's going to be, especially in an adverse situation. And my mom coming from Miami, making the tough trip over here to Indianapolis, always battling, struggling to go see my games, and my love for her is unconditional. And I know a lot of our teammates had a ton of family members show out, and just Hoosier Nation showed out in general. And I think that really helped us down the stretch. Whenever it was a 3rd down, they got loud. Whenever it was a 4th down, they got loud. Or whenever we had a big play on offense, they really jolted that momentum forward. So seeing my family there means a ton to me, and it just shows unconditional love that my mom and I have for each other. But also, it's just so great seeing Hoosier Nation, everybody else's family members out there supporting us.
Go right here.
Hi, I'm Camden Glover, and this with iOS TV, and this is for Fernando and Aiden. As Coach Signetti emphasizes, everything is earned, not given. Nothing good in life comes easy. So with a record-breaking season leading up to this very moment and ultimately the win, how have you applied this message in your every practice, game, and play?
Let's go Aiden first.
For me personally, I've been with Coach Sig for a long time, and he's preached this for a long time. So for me, knowing how I could be the best version of myself as a player and a person, you have to apply that every day. You have to wake up with the mindset that you're going to give it your all in any aspect of your life to improve and make sure you're not staying complacent. And I think a lot of the guys and our teammates now have really bought into that, and that's why this team in adverse situations really rises to the occasion. We've put ourselves in very stressful situations and kind of the scenarios that have played out in these games, the final 2 minutes a lot of times in practice. So, Coach Say just does such a great job of bringing out the best of his players and obviously his coaches as well too. But, it's just we were just talking about it. There's something about Coach Sig that it just makes you want to play your heart out for him, and he does a great job getting the best out of everybody.
Same question for Fernando.
Yeah, I think it's about being process-oriented and never being complacent. For example, when we beat Purdue last week, 56-3, Coach Sig came in the locker room and said, "Hey, it's a great win. We're 12-0 for the first time in program history. However, there's going to be a lot of things on film that we got to clean up." And I think it reverts back to the Stoic philosophy of the never-ending journey of the process and not to be complacent. And I think what Aiden said was beautiful. Of you always want to push yourself every single day, every single play, and every single rep. Act like it's the final play of the game. Act like it's the most important play of the game, most important play of your life. And I think that that has helped motivate us and propel us forward from games like Oregon where, yeah, we won, but we weren't complacent. We still had a lot of cleanup on film, and the next week we try to get better every single week. And I think that our whole thing is not really competing against the opponent, which it is, but it's really competing against ourselves to be the best version of ourselves, and I think that's why we're so effective.
Right here in the middle.
Jim Goyle, Indiana Sports Beat Radio. Kurt, what was going through your mind when you saw your quarterback go down at the start of the game and he did not seemed like he was going to get up, but he did, and obviously showed his toughness there, and which I'm sure he showed you guys throughout the season.
Well, I missed it. I saw I was looking at the coverage, and then somebody on the headset said, Fernando's down, and I saw him rolling around on the ground, and I was like, oh, boy. And then when I saw the replay, before I got out to him, it looked to me like he had got hit, not in the head, but maybe had the wind knocked out of him, and that's what he confirmed. So, but he's a tough guy. He takes some shots. He extends plays. And, it's can't say enough about the way he competes. He got the heart of a champion. And tell you, he played great tonight when we needed him.
Fernando, anything more on that play?
Yeah. Although I got hit, I was never going to stay down. And that's one thing I know. One thing, and I say it, and I know it could be a little interpreted as a little cringy sometime, but I will die for my brothers in that field. So no matter whether it's a gut punch, whether it's a head punch, whatever it is, I'm always going to get back up. And I knew there's 100% confidence that I was going to play that game, play the rest of the game, as we've worked so hard to get to this point that no hit, no knockout hit, or knockout punch could take me out of that game. Because it's one thing about the Indiana Hoosiers football team is whenever they hit, we hit back harder.
Let's go back here.
Yeah, Kurt, Adam Rittenberg with ESPN. All the things that you accomplished tonight, whether it was the number one, getting into the playoff, the Heisman, doing it here in Indianapolis, how do you think you'll remember this night when your career's over?
That's for me. I think that there's so many special moments, and it's so great to be, I assume the number one team in the nation. And I think it's just such a testament to everybody in the team. And, I don't want to go in depth of the Heisman, but I remember Coach Signetti brought me in after UCLA, and he told me, he was like, hey, the Heisman's a team game. It's a team award. It's not a player award. And if you win, then you can get nominated for it. And so hopefully, I would love the opportunity to get the invite to New York, which would be fantastic. But I think it's just really a testament to the team. And it's not a player award. It's a team award. And, And I think it just speaks a testament to how much that this team has had that never-ending process of learning and getting better, and that has culminated to this point.
We have two back here. Please state your name and affiliation.
My name is Andre. I'm from Lounge Sports Network. My question is for Coach Signetti. So right now, you find yourself winning your first Big Ten championship. You're 13-0 right now. You're kind of the same spot as Oregon was last year. What steps do you take to not end up the same way they did last year, not let your season end early?
Yeah, I mean, it's, two different teams, people. I mean, look, we get a bye. We're grateful to have a bye. We've accomplished a lot. You can't diminish what we've accomplished. And, when we go to the next round, it'll be hard because every team left's a great team. You got to play great football.
Same corner.
Bowden Jerome, also with Lounge Sports Network. Coach Signetti, with Duke beating Virginia tonight and opening the door to James Madison getting into the playoff, would you like to get the opportunity to play your former school?
So Duke beat Virginia, which did what?
Possibly opened up the opportunity for James Madison to be the 5th highest ranked conference champion and make their way into the playoff.
No, I mean, whoever we play, we play. I had 5 great years at James Madison. I loved the people. I worked for a great AD and a great president, and it was a hard decision to come. And the big reason I did was because I really felt strong about Scott and Pam Whitten, and that's in the past. So, I mean, whoever we play, we're going to have a plan. We're going to have to play well.
Go right here.
Matt Weaver with Indiana 247 Sports. This is for Aiden and Isaiah. They get the ball back late in the fourth quarter. You guys are up 13-10. They drive down the field, but you guys obviously hold them. They miss the field goal. I guess, Aiden, for you and Isaiah, I mean, you're the green dot guy. What was your message? What were you telling the guys? And then just finally that play by Elijah in the end zone to knock that ball away, one-on-one, man coverage. Just talk about that.
This is for Aiden. Yep. Isaiah, okay.
Yeah, I would just say I mean, I told the defense continuously throughout this game, once we got the lead in that fourth quarter, if they don't score, they don't win. And we knew it was going to be on us to, hold them, don't let them score. And then obviously that play by Elijah is just – he's a phenomenal player. He's taking steps every single week this year to get to where he's at now. I mean, he just played an amazing game. He's worked so hard to earn to be in that position, and he took advantage of the opportunity he got. So, and I think I can say that about our whole defense tonight. Isaiah Jones played an amazing game. The entire defense. We knew it was going to come down to us, and as long as they didn't score, they didn't win. So we were confident in our abilities when it came down to it.
Let's take any questions that are outstanding for players. And we can take a few for Coach, but anything for the players? Right here in the front, behind you.
Yeah, for Aiden and Isaiah, obviously Jimmy Watkins, Cleveland.com, the possibility exists that you might have to see this team again down the road. What gives you guys confidence that this performance is repeatable against that offense?
Who's that addressed to?
For Aiden and Isaiah.
Okay, Aiden
Can't
first.
hear you.
Yeah, I'm just confident in what we do as a team and a defense. If that opportunity arises again, we're going to be ready. We're going to game plan. We're going to, strategize for it. Right now, I think the focus is going to be on us, watching the film, cleaning it up, and moving forward and, our improvements and how we can grow as a defense. But, if that opportunity arises, we'll be ready. We'll game plan it. I'll be confident in my guys to go out there and do it again.
Anything else for the athletes? We'll do.
Lou Friedman from Seymour. For Isaiah, I actually happened to meet your grandfather in the parking lot outside one of the games. How is he going to take tonight? I know he's a fan of yours more, but he said he was a Buckeyes fan for the last 25 years.
Yeah, I think my family's just proud of me and proud of the steps I've taken. Hopefully he has a safe drive home, I guess, but I think he'll be excited and happy for me.
It's 3rd and 6, 2 minutes and 41 seconds to go. You elect to throw the ball, and Fernando completes 33 yards down the field to Charlie Becker. What went into that decision to throw the ball there?
I mean, they had, when we started the drive, they had time and timeouts. They had enough time with their timeouts for about 16 plays at the start of our drive. And then they used their timeouts, and, I wasn't going to play not to lose. We were playing to win. And the one thing, we do spend a lot of time on the clock, how many plays are left in the game, things of that nature. We've kind of figured we had to get about 3 first downs. That's what I told the team. So you got to get a first down. I wasn't going to punt the ball back to them with 2 minutes to go and no timeouts. We had to give our guys an opportunity to make plays. We were getting on top of them at certain points in that game, and Fernando was throwing great deep balls, and it was a great play.
We'll go here back corner. We'll take a couple more.
Coach Sammy Jacobs, Hoosier Huddle again. The middle 8 where you stopped them, they got the ball back after the field goal with about 2 minutes to go in the first half, and their first drive of the second half. How big was that to build momentum to say, hey, the offense could go now, score, and take the lead?
Yeah, we needed to stop them. I can't remember the exact sequence. They were moving the ball. We did stop them. I think the offense went down, put points. We've been really good at the end of the half, beginning of the third. That's also where the game turned last year in their favor when we dropped the punt, and then they had the punt return for a touchdown. So it was quite a reversal, but, it was huge.
Let's go back corner. A couple more.
Yeah, hey, Kurt, Pete DePrimo, IU Athletics. Just the message you delivered at halftime. You're in the game 10-6. You'd made some mistakes, but what was the general message that halftime?
I kind of gathered them up right at the beginning of the end of the half, which I usually don't do, and just very calmly said, look, this is what we talked about. This is the kind of game we expected. They're going to make plays. We're going to make plays. And then, and then it was a longer halftime, 25 minutes, because of the championship. And so finally when I gathered the team 20 minutes later, before we went out, it was more like, okay, do we have what it takes to win a gut check physical game like this? This is going to be a test of our, our toughness and our persistence, and we proved that we did.
We'll go here and here, 2 more.
Kurt, Seth Towle, the Daily Hoosier. The game ends, the confetti's falling. You're able to watch your players celebrate this. Obviously, you have more football to play, but what goes through your mind watching your players celebrate this, and how special is it to see that for them?
I mean, you celebrate. I'm proud of them. I'm proud of them and the coaches, and I'm kind of a what's next kind of guy. That's the way I'm wired. So I'm thinking about where's Ryan Day? Okay, now where's Jeff Kaag? How many interviews do I got to do? And that kind of thing. I liked our preparation coming in this game. I liked our mindset. And, we had been here before. We hadn't been here before, but we'd been in a situation before against Oregon and prevailed. And,
Let's go Fort Wayne, Indy, and then we'll be good to go.
Dylan Sin from the Journal-Gazette in Fort Wayne. Yeah, Coach, just can you take us through the 88-yard touchdown drive in the third quarter, just everything that went into that and how you guys were able to move down the field and take the lead there?
Here's what I'm going to say, okay? We ran the ball effectively when we needed to. I thought our backs ran really hard. The protection for the quarterback improved as the game went on. And we were able to get on top of them in some critical situations, whether it be inside or outside. And Fernando delivered dimes, and the receivers made some nice catches, and there were a couple PI calls. And there were some critical third and fourth down conversions made in that game. And, it was a battle of attrition for a while there. We had guys going out left and right, and we were trying to figure out, fill in personnel groupings and special teams at one point. It was that kind of game. I apologize, I don't remember every play.
Let's go, Zach. One more.
I guess just lastly, Kurt, you talked about sort of your reaction, what it meant to watch your players in those moments kind of immediately post-game. But did you ever have a moment for yourself right after the game, or when the confetti's falling, or when you're holding the silver football, when you just think about that moment in the context of your journey in coaching?
I think I'm going to have my moment when we finish this press conference.
What's going through your head on that 3rd and 6 there? Just having Fernando, having that trust in you once again to make that throw and essentially seal the game.
Well, me and Fernando and his younger brother Alberto, me and Alberto were roommates our freshman year in the dorms, and me and Fernando and him we would be in the indoor in the spring, working on getting that connection. So, I knew that if he threw it up, we would be able to have that connection, come to fruition.
How did it feel when you came down with it? It's like, I got this thing.
It felt pretty good, I can't lie.
Going into this week, there was a lot of talk about how you guys had been challenged, but Ohio State had not. How do you feel like that then factored in when you find yourselves down at halftime today?
Yeah, Coach Sig, preached all week, we know what our scheme is, and we know what their weakness is, and it was good to exploit those.
When the clock hits 0, what is the emotion? Who do you go to on the field to kind of let out the emotion firsthand?
Yeah, I immediately looked for my dad. My dad was a former Ohio State linebacker, so it was nice to be able to beat them and rub it in his face a little bit. But he was really happy that we won. He wanted Indiana to win. I just want to make that clear real quick.
Obviously, these were two juggernauts going up against each other. Just being able to be challenged in this way in this game, how can that be helpful going into the playoff?
Yeah, it's a big confidence booster. Especially being the team that everybody said this year was unbeatable. So I think it'll boost our confidence a lot. But there's still a lot of work that needs to be done and corrections that need to be made.
On stage, just what is that like when you get to watch Sig just hoist up the trophy?
Yeah, it was something else. I was on cloud 9. Again, my dad played at Ohio State, so growing up, I've been a big Ohio State supporter and fan. So, to be able to come into the Big Ten championship and win it and beating Ohio State, it meant a lot to us.
Really, really good stuff there from the team. Hey, a lot of people probably doubted them coming into this thing. They never have. They never have doubt in one another. They continue to get it done. Now we just wait.
I don't know how you doubt this team.
Can't.
They proved it on the road in Eugene, and as if we weren't paying attention, they did it here in the Big Ten Championship against the #1 team in the land. I am supremely excited for this college football playoff.
It's going to be great.
We don't need to talk about Miami and Notre Dame. Okay, that doesn't matter. We're talking about IU being #1, Ohio State #2, all the other teams. It's a matter of where. Now,
yep,
I'm
exactly.
thinking Rose Bowl. Think we should go to LA. I'm thinking
sick.
yes as well.
Be pretty
all right?
sick.
Make sure you let everyone know at WTHR we should be going to that too. Anyway, Eli, pleasure. This was a lot of fun.
Yes, absolutely.
IU fans, enjoy it. Soak it up. You deserve every second of this. A lot of fun. Big Ten champions in football. Wow.
We're going to continue to cover them leading up to that first playoff game. You're going to have us over the air. You'll have us right here on WTHR Plus as well. All right, that's going to do it from Lucas Oil Stadium. For Dominic Miranda, I'm Eli Gain. Go Hoosiers.